I just wanted to say, rather like the member who spoke first from Derbyshire Dales, I came in a by-election too in 1989. I'm not going to go through my whole history, but I just would point out that it is very different being a Member of Parliament when you're literally 5 minutes away from your constituency. And I also share the fact that the Right Honourable Member was my constituent in Kennington for a very, very long time and took a great interest in many of the community events, and I'm very grateful for that. Coming in as a new member in a by-election back in 1989 was very different. No television covering the House, no mobile phones, no emails. It all sounds wonderful now, no 24-hour news. And it was very, very different. And I think that those members who come in now probably don't really understand just the difference there was 30 years ago. And some of the improvements have been wonderful. I mean, I waited for an office for a very long time. All of the things that now are done for you as a new member didn't happen then. And you were very much left to find your own way. But I would say also, Madam Deputy Speaker, that some of the changes I don't like, and I do think that this House, with a new Speaker, and I'm very, very pleased that we've got a Speaker who is going to be extremely fair and is going to show the kindness that I think, quite honestly, I'm not a hypocrite, quite honestly, the previous Speaker did not show to members. And I hope that that new Parliament will actually realise that some of the changes with the so-called modernisation doesn't necessarily change the standard of the debate in this place or the way people behave. And I do think that that is something we need to look at very carefully, and I hope the new Speaker will. Not just the question of clapping, but practically every tradition in this House has been introduced over the years for a reason. And usually those reasons. I remember being one of those people who came in and immediately said, why are we wasting so much time in the division lobbies? Why are we not getting right through right away and being able to vote in a different way? And of course, now I wouldn't dream of voting to get rid of the division lobbies, because that is such a useful time to be able to talk to people from all sides of the House if you're not always in with your own party, which a few times I haven't been. And it is also a very useful time for people to see their own members. And for someone like myself, who spent most of my evenings going over to Vauxhall and going to community meetings and friends groups and tenants associations, I didn't have the luxury of being able to stay around in this House and have lots of nice meals with a wonderful catering staff and wonderful food. But I do think we do need to be very careful about modernising this place so much that it becomes something that is then treated in a way that loses that absolute value of history in this place. One part of my life that would be very unhappy about me leaving is my wonderful old traditional original Mini, because that Mini actually knows its way literally from the House of Commons over Westminster Bridge, back over Lambeth Bridge, and some days I would do that journey perhaps 2 or 3 times. So I think my Mini is going to get a great rest when I leave and is not going to know what's actually hit it, that it's not going to be doing that journey. I just want to say a couple of very important thank yous, really. You know, this place is made up of people who work so hard for all of us and very often don't get the thanks and the tributes. And certainly I just want to say thank you to all the members of the Royal Mail, for example, the postmen and women who've delivered our mail, who've been so kind over those years. And then I wanted to thank Yanis in the travel office, who's been fantastic. And most importantly, for me, as someone who came in very, not in any way computer savvy, and not really still liking technology, there is one person in the digital services, Balj Rai, who has been just wonderful, who just knows exactly how to be patient with someone like me, and I want to thank him. And then finally, really, to just thank all the my own personal staff. I've had Cathy Duffy working for me for 26 years. I mustn't get emotional, this is silly. I've had Max Friedman for 15 years. Laura Nicholson for 11 years, Ada During for 6 years, and my wonderful paralegal Ashley Skinner, who's done a brilliant job for 4 years. All of them have made my life here so much better. And I want to thank all my constituents who've sent me such wonderful letters and kindness. I won't miss many of my party political activists, I have to say, but I will miss my constituents and my community organisers and the people who really wanted to work with me to make Vauxhall a better place. And the one thing I said when I came in here, that my country would always come before my party, and it still does. Thank you.